Previously on Coffee and Conversations.
I have this analogy. It's that vision is the end goal.
We met choreographer, creative director, and musical artist Victor Jackson.
Purpose is really like a compass. Like I can always look to my purpose to see if I am where I need to be. I read grief is a crazy thing. Grief isn't anything that we can necessarily get a handle on. We can't get a handle on grief. I got the call into the hospital, and my brother ended up passing 4 days. Yeah, 4 days before my birthday. And started therapy the day after my brother's birthday. And because it felt like a full circle moment. It felt like
Today, we continue talking vision and purpose.
Beyond 25. Like, I could not see my life beyond 25.
Victor speaks on overcoming obstacles.
Like, all of these odds are stacked up against me, but I know that there has to be something else. Those red carpets
and staying par to the course.
That reason hasn't been postponed or canceled or furloughed or terminated. Like, it still stands.
While turning passion into purpose.
The best of yourself is showing. The best of yourself is showing because it's been refined by the fire of passion.
We wanted to create something that was inspiring, empowering, relatable. A safe space that we can discuss life and career as it relates to us. I believe that we all have different journeys, but similar struggles. Why not learn from each other by listening and conversing? That's what it's all about. For us, by us. This is Coffee and Conversations. To me was my bag is heavy, my shoes are uncomfortable, but I've got somewhere to be.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Larger scope. I don't drive. I don't like driving. Driving is something that I have a troubled past with driving, so I don't drive. So I take public transportation, and whether I'm in Atlanta or LA or New York, like, I would always be like, fine, jumping on the bus and getting to wherever I need to get to. Now, in the age of ride sharing, I just order a car and I'm like wherever I need to be. But the scope of Bus of Love was written from the perspective of, throughout my life, always missing a bus, whether it was a school bus, whether it was the MARTA bus, the Greyhound bus, and always using buses to get to where I needed to be. But then realizing that we all feel that initial rush of disappointment when we miss a bus, but then we realize, like, oh, there's a schedule and there's gonna be another one. So even in the midst of the, like, despair or drama that comes with missing the bus, there's always more to come. But when you're sitting there waiting for the next bus, everything is going through your mind. I'm going to be late. Who do I need to call? What about this? What about that? DDD. And so my bag is heavy. In that moment, I wrote Bus of Love in 2009. I wrote Bus of Love a year after my brother passed, but I didn't put it out until after my 7-year cycle. And
I felt it.
And it was initially written for Algebra Blessed. And there's a version of her singing it in the deep depths of my hard drives that I keep for my own personal pleasures. But yeah, I was in a super heavy place. I had stopped performing, honestly, and with my band, I was writing songs all the time and boom, boom, boom. And we were doing a weekly show, so we had weekly rehearsals. So almost every week we were coming up with like new song ideas, even if we didn't finish the song. Like, and so I had gotten out of that process. And so my friend had a studio. He invited me to come, and I wrote Bus of Love in like less than an hour. It was just like coming out of me. And I think it was just after years of navigating my queerness, years of being a Black man, years of tradition hurt in church, and like just all those things, like all those things were on me. and they were all affecting the way that I saw myself and saw my final destination. For a long time, I
Wow.
didn't think that I would live beyond 25. Like, I could not see my life beyond 25. I could not see what it looked like. I didn't know what love could look like for me. I didn't know what fatherhood could look like for me. I didn't know what spirituality could look like for me, and being involved in the church could look like for me, because I was Black and I was gay. And so I was like, I don't know. So Bus of Love was a lament of sorts. And my bag is heavy, my shoes are uncomfortable, but I got somewhere to be, was that thing of like, all of these odds are stacked up against me, but I know that there has to be something else there. I don't know. I mean, if you have any experience with public transportation, yes, there is a schedule, but 9 times out of 10, they're not on schedule. So you can be sitting there
Marta.
waiting for the 2:15 bus, right? Waiting for the 2:15 bus, and the 2:15 bus not coming until 2:45. And
Hmm.
so but you can't. There's a definitive moment when you say, you know what, no, I'm not gonna wait anymore. I'm just gonna walk. Or boom, boom, boom. You know what I mean? There's
Hmm.
something
You
that
got to
like
get there
keeps
no
you
matter what.
going. Yeah, you gotta get there no matter what. And by the time I did put out Busts of Love in 2015, I had gone through all of these things. And so I was able to sing the song with a new perspective and not as much heaviness. And I was able to sing the song with hope, because what was originally written as a lament, 7 years later, I saw that there was another light of love, or another moment of joy on the other side of missing what it was that I thought was for me. I had gone through breakups. I had gone through moving to LA and moving back to Atlanta. I had done all these things. I
Hmm.
had lost my brother. I had lost my uncle. All those moments that I thought were like dead ends ended up being like detours of destiny. And I could really see it fully at that point. And so I really was able to lean into it. And now I grew up in church, like church, where you were told that if you sing anything other than gospel, you're
Yep.
selling your soul to the devil.
No, saying that
And I
secular
was,
music.
you know what I mean? And I was very afraid for a long time. And through discovering my purpose, I found why I sing what I sing and who
That's
it's
it.
for. And so, like, having that moment with my dad in my shows as like an out Black gay man singing this song with his dad, with Pastor Jackson, that every time it happens, every time I post it, every time anybody sees it, I always get text messages, DMs, people walk up to us after shows, like all those things. And a lot of times they can't even put like words to it.
Hmm.
They can't, but we are Black men. So having a father present in the family is a thing. He
Yeah.
is a pastor. So having a child who sings secular music is a thing. He is a
Hmm.
Black straight man. So having a son that's Black and gay is a thing. But
Hmm.
that song that I wrote again as a lament in 2009 has now become this a song of hope, and a testament to the journey of just keep walking, or just keep
Yeah.
riding, or just keep waiting, and
Yeah.
and
Keep
joy will
going.
come in the morning. So yeah, that is yeah, Bust of Love. And that
You.
line, and heaviness, we can't avoid heaviness. That's what I will say. We can't avoid heaviness. So either you choose to pick it up or you choose to put it down, but you have to make a definitive
Hmm.
decision. And in that line, the decision was, I got somewhere to be. So no matter what, this bag is staying with me, and I'm going to travel with it. Whenever I get
Yeah.
to wherever I'm going, I can let go of it then. But as of now, it's my weight to carry, and it's building strength in me for something else. So that's the
Yeah.
short answer.
Another victorism.
Hmm.
It's the last one. Your Facebook post from 2014. You said it takes sacrifice and hard work to obtain anything worth having in life. The climb to the top isn't all red carpets and flashing lights, but if you have the passion to succeed, You'll make it far beyond your wildest dreams.
Hmm.
I love that. Tell us what that meant to you.
Well, no, I mean, I was reading a book. I was reading a book. I was on a tour. Um, and being on tour and reading that book, I just realized how crazy my life had been up until then. All the like stop and go, all the times I had moved from this place to that place, all the times I had moved back in with my parents, all the times I had broken up with somebody, all the time like I was seeing all of these things happen. Now, mind you, I was on tour with like a major artist while I was also being on the Real Housewives of Atlanta and like all these, and so people would see me and be like, oh, this is cute for you. Like, this is, but I mean, honestly, the decision to focus on choreography and creative direction came directly from grief. Like, it came directly from me losing my brother and not wanting to do anything else. And so,
Yeah.
while choreography and creative direction was how the world met me through their TV screens, it was a place that I can't say I would have indulged myself in as much if I didn't lose my brother. And so it was a really like, it was always tinged with like, hurt did this, or grief did
Mm-hmm.
this, or
Mm-hmm.
depression did this. And so the good moments feel really, really good because it makes me feel like I, it affirms that I didn't make a bad decision. Um, but I can always go back in my mind to why I made the decision. And so it was just a reminder. It was anytime that I'm posting things like that on Facebook, it is usually because I have preached to myself. I have sang a song to myself.
Mm-hmm.
I have given myself offering, and I have walked away with notes from my own sermon that I want to share um, with the world. But it was just like a reality check for people, period, and a reality check for myself, because there were really, really hard nights for me that people didn't know anything about. And there still are really, really hard nights for me that people don't know anything about. But I know that my passion, not only for me to succeed, but my passion to succeed so that my children can live a certain type of life, and so my siblings can live a certain type of life,
Mm-hmm.
and my parents can, and my tribe can be in a certain position to move through the world in a particular way. That passion is what keeps me going. So even on the days where I don't feel like it, the days where I'm tired, where I'm exhausted, where I'm depressed, where I'm confused, where I'm heartbroken, that passion is what keeps me going, not the next red carpet invitation, not
Yep.
the next interview request, not the next $10,000 paying job. Like, it is really a passion. I didn't
Yeah.
know. I couldn't take, my dad wouldn't let me take dance classes growing up. I had a babysitter that gave me a pair of used ballet shoes that were thrown away. I wanted
Mm.
to take dance classes my entire life and I couldn't do it. I didn't know what a choreographer was. I thought dancers all just got in a room together and it was like, okay, what you want to do? Okay, what you want to do? Okay, that's good. Let's keep that. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
now what you want to do? No, that doesn't work. Try something else. Okay, that works. I thought it was just like a group activity and we all just got it together and then like put it on stage. I didn't know that I could have a career as a choreographer. I didn't know that I could travel the world teaching dance. I didn't know that those things were available to me. And so from a place of not being allowed to a place to where I was flying first class with all the freedoms in the world. Like, I had gone through that journey, and that was a journey that people didn't really know about. And so, but what kept me going was the passion, and I knew I could identify that, like, explicitly. I knew that I could say, I don't know why I always wanted to dance. Nobody else in my family danced. Both of my parents met in choir in college, singing
Mm.
together. So
Mm-hmm.
singing was our thing. Me, all three of my siblings, everybody sings. Dance was the thing that I wanted to do, and I could not figure out why I wanted to do this thing that I wasn't allowed to do so bad.
Mm-hmm.
But I know that that passion, that the fire of the passion cooked up the purpose to the point that when it was
Come on
ready
now.
to come out on the table and be served, I couldn't even I couldn't even fathom the amount of people who would be able to eat off of what that passion produced in me. I have taught in
Wow.
New
Come on.
Zealand, in Russia, in Germany, in Houston, New York, Charlotte, LA, Atlanta, Philadelphia. You know what I mean? Like
Mm-hmm.
all of these things, all the TV shows, all the artists, all the tours, all those things have been a result of me not letting the passion for dance and for performing art die out. There were a lot of times when a lot of things that people have said to me could have snuffed it out. Oh, you're a sissy. Oh, boys don't dance. Oh, whatever. You know,
Yeah.
I've been
Yeah.
the only black person on multiple creative teams. I've walked into rooms where I've been the only black person or the only gay person, like countless times. It is what it
Yeah.
is. It is what it is. And the passion, the consistency of the passion is what has given me the boldness to walk into those moments, even when I'm deathly afraid. And so the red carpets are
That's
easy.
good.
The red carpets are easy when people are praising you and want to know about
Mm-hmm.
what you did and how you did it. That's the easy stuff. The hard stuff is when you're laying in a bed at night by yourself post breakup trying to figure out what you did wrong for the third time and how you can figure it out. Or when you're
Yep.
balancing your budget and you like, I want to put this record out, but I can't put this record out because the music video I thought I was gonna do or the musical I thought I was gonna choreograph got canceled because of coronavirus. Like
Yeah.
those are things, and that's when the passion matters the most.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's the fire. That's the fire, and it refines and it prepares and it does all the things that need to be done. So when you are in those red carpet moments or those performance moments or those board meeting moments when the best of yourself is showing, the best of yourself is showing because it's been refined by the fire of passion. I think the biggest thing I'll say right now is like in this moment of uncertainty, know that who you are and what you were born to do is still relevant and it's still valid. Um, and it's still happening. It's so easy to get in these moments of like working from home or being furloughed or being laid off or things being postponed or canceled. However, you know, your personal and professional life may be turned upside down from all of this. Just know that like you were created, God put you on this earth for a reason. And that reason hasn't been postponed or canceled or furloughed or terminated. Like it still stands and it's still possible and it will still happen because you're still here.
Victor Jackson, thank you.
Thank you.
Ba da 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 da